And there's one of the shortest prayers in the Bible is "Help, Lord." And I had to pray that prayer just a few weeks ago, actually, about two months or so ago. And I found myself in a situation, rushed to hospital. And the doctors shook their heads because my appendix had burst some 3 days before, and I was totally poisoned inside. And they said that I would die. They called the family in. And as far as they were concerned, I wouldn't be able to walk, or I was poisoned so much and I'd have to have bags if I did survive. But there's power in this gospel. Not just power to save us, but power to keep us. And I just flown back from Israel and come home, and that's the way where I found myself in the situation. And I thank God, because many people have said, even as we hear the gospel, it is God's pill. It's God's pill for our sin-sick soul. And I always say that sin will take you further than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost you more than you can ever pay. But Jesus Christ paid the price that we could redeem from the curse of sin. You know, it goes beyond just what you see in us on the outside. The amazing thing is that when I actually had come out and they brought me back to life and they had to introduce me into a coma, I didn't even know what was going on, but I had the privilege of going on out of my body into the other side, and there was such a peace, and I knew that if I stood before my Maker, I knew that all things were fixed because Jesus had paid the price. But the amazing thing was that when I did recover and come back, the nurses around me and the doctors, some of them were crying. And they said that when you were not conscious, you were sharing with us about the good news of receiving Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. So even as I was laid down there and didn't even know what was going on, greater was he that's within me than he that's in the world. And I watched doctors and nurses saying we were fighting to save your life, but the reality was your life was not in our hands, it was in God's hands. And so it's an honor and a privilege for me to be able to stand here, use my voice, be able to move around and be totally healed, because the power that's in the gospel is not just to save us. You know, people used to say to me, and I've been a minister now for many years, I can't give this up, I can't give this up, I can't give this up. But the things that you have to give up to follow Jesus Christ are only things that are going to give you up anyway. They're only things that will give you up anyway. And as my sister shared today, in such a wonderful, unique way, the reality is that that woman who came out of an environment, psycho, an environment of drunkenness, falsehood, and lying, could come and meet a Savior that she could be honest with, that knew more about her than she even knew about herself. And it is incredible, because when you read the scriptures, it actually says that she went back to that village to the men. The men. And there may be something in your life today that may be holding you back from just recognizing that God is your creator and God has a purpose for your life. The doctors and the nurses asked me, because they didn't know who I was, they didn't know I was a minister. They asked me, what makes you the way you are? And I said, the one who created me. Because some 40 odd years ago, I found out that I was created for a purpose. And you will never know your true purpose without knowing the one who created you for that purpose. And the only reason we're here today is because God loves you. He sent his son to die for you and me. And he paid the price so that we can be totally free from sin. And I mean all aspects of sin. So we're not ashamed of the gospel. It's the power of God. If I could give you all a big hug, I would. It's good to be alive. God bless you.